Thanks so much for joining us. If you think Acadiana has seen more floods over the last 2 years, well, you might be right.
Two men who live near the Vermilion River say their research shows it's flooding more frequently. The numbers for you. In the 1970s, there were only 5 flood events. In the 2000s, there were 20. In the first 7 years of this decade, the river has already had 19 floods. As Abby Breidenbach reports, these two men are now offering solutions. It's tonight's top story.
Dave Dixon has lived in his house on the Vermilion River for 20 years, and while his home didn't flood in 2016, many of his neighbors' homes did. That flood piqued Dixon's interest and sent him on a scientific mission.
After the flood of 16, started investigating using governmental data, NOAA data, USGS data, Corps of Engineers data, and discovered that the river is flooding more frequently, more consistently.
He enlisted a friend to help in the research, and they believe they found the root of the problem.
Historically, all the water from Alexandria down to North St. Landry Parish went into the shalfly swamps. We built a big levee in a way that doesn't happen anymore. Instead of the water going into the swamps, it comes into our homes.
Dixon and Scheffler have 3 recommendations for fixing the flooding problem.
They have gates that are inadequate, they're too small. So it's enlarging the present gates. It's handling water better in the Cypress Island swamps where we can let it out into a portion of the basin that was left behind for that purpose, kind of replumbing it, and then maintenance dredging of Vermilion Bayou.
They've met with Congressman Clay Higgins and St. Martin Parish President Guy Cormier, who they say are on board with those solutions. They say the sooner they can get started, the better.
The next step is to try to get us in front of the colonel in charge and the Corps engineers to present this information so we can get a project funded to get this thing fixed in short order, instead of studying it for the next 20 years.
In Lafayette, Abby Breidenbach, KATC TV3.
Here's Daniel's 24-hour forecast.